There are two incidences in my life that I probably never will forget. The first occurred on a beautiful New Year's morning, a while after sunrise. Everybody was just happy because New Year's just get that vibe to it. And you all know everybody is just wishing each other and everybody was just happy. But suddenly, everything just changed. Everybody was making their way down to the beach. Some was standing in the water. Others was on the dunes. And they were murmuring about the absence of the lifeguards. A man was caught in a rip current. Unfortunately, no one could have saved him. What should have been one of the most happiest days for him and his family turned into one of the most tragic days for them. This event inspired me to pursue a career in life saving. But in my matric year, another heroic event happened. I did receive a phone call from our local swimming pool. Somebody was busy drowning. On arrival, his colleagues were sitting around the pool and they said he was submerged under the water for 10 minutes. I immediately dove in, and that is a feeling that I never will forget. As I picked up this lifeless body and pushed from the bottom of the pool, he threw his arms around me. And that was a feeling from a trick boy that I never will forget. When they take him out of the water, despite my efforts to want to start CPR, EMS already declared him dead. And that inspired me also to go a little bit more and realize it's not about just life-saving. It's about much more. It's about to be prepared. So, drowning is a serious public health issue, particularly in low and middle income countries, where 90% of drownings and death occurs. But yet is often overlooked. Why? Because of death and because of injury. What can we do to decrease drownings? Because we all know in South Africa, our towns and our neighborhoods is so structured that in some neighborhoods it's 20 minutes walk or even 20 meters, there's a dam, there's a river. And you all know how kids enjoy water. And we don't want to create a stigma that it's scary to swim. We all want to know that kids must have fun when they are near water. So, what can we do to decrease drownings? I personally have seen how drownings shapes families' lives. I have seen how mothers lose children in my community. I have seen how wives loses husbands. And I can see now, still 5 years after that, how it did have an impact on certain families. As we can see as you guys can see on the screen, the drowning chain of survival. The majority part is to get drowning prevention out there. Then the middle part is to recognize drowning. Normally, TV show us that if somebody is busy drowning, that person will shout, "Help, help, help, help." But in real life, it's actually not like that. If somebody is a non-swimmer, water will go into his mouth and his nose, his head will be tilted backwards, and it's looking almost like that person is climbing a ladder. And for the untrained eye, it would look if that person actually can swim, but actually that person is drowning. So that can also be taught. Then the next one that you can see is to provide flotation. If flotation is provided, and what happens mostly, if I see somebody is in difficulty, my first reaction will be, I want to go into the water. But most times, the person that goes into the water also gets to be a victim and also drown. So we need to have flotation. Then the next one is to go out to help that person. And then the second last one is emergency care. And then if all this is put in place, it will decrease our drownings. There will not be any fatal drownings or deaths. So, we must get drowning prevention out there. We must get it out there into schools, get it out into communities. Programs like this saved the young girl's life in Ceres. Boys that attended the class, 3 years after they attended the class, they'd see a girl that was in difficulty. They take her out of the water. They immediately see there was no signs of life, and they performed CPR, and that girl did come back to life again. And this programs like this do work. So we have to get it out to communities, schools, everywhere where there's a need. Then we have a next program that is called the survival swimming program. What we have seen is that if children and people are drowning, they are drowning 5 meters away from safety. And if they have only known the 4 basic skills of survival swimming, they could have been saved. And that 4 skills is breath control, orientation, floating, and movement. So if that person finds himself in danger, he can just float and wait for help. Or if he falls into a dam, he can he can easily move to safety. But imagine he's in a rip current. He can stay afloat till some experienced person can come out and help that person. So programs like this empower even the youth to help themselves. And maybe if we look at this program, we can almost also get the next Chet Leclos. Maybe inspire somebody to he wouldn't even know maybe he was a swimmer if he don't complete a program like this. Then the next one that the NSRI designed was the Pink Boy project in 2017. This Pink Boy project was placed at strategic beaches right around the country. And just by hanging there, providing flotation, it already saved 180 lives. Then the next one is our safety beach cameras that the NSRI designed, strategically placed at beaches right around the country. At Strand Beach, somebody was in difficulty. Immediately, they reported to the lifeguards before they surfed, and they did retrieve that person that was in difficulty. So programs like this do help. Then, the NSRI also designed a survival swimming center. It's a 12-meter shipping container with a 6-meter pool built inside with a changing room and a desk for the instructor to do his admin. This container can be moved from school to school where the need is. As we all know, in South Africa, there's not enough public swimming pools and safe swimming areas where children can learn how to swim. And this container provides that need. But despite of all this technology and innovation, drowning prevention education remains the cornerstone. It has to become second nature for everybody to be safe in and around the water. For the parent that is doing a laundry in a bucket of water. For the mom and a husband that goes out to the beach to spend the day with their family. For the father that goes out to make a living out at sea. It has to become second nature. Everybody needs to be safe when they're around water. Because as we know, drowning is an accidental death. So, join us in the cause to create a water-safe nation. To save lives, change lives, and to create futures. I thank you.